Today we will see the basic of maternal resuscitation. Myself, Dr. Kanchan Dvirmuthe. So this is a case scenario. This patient is Kamla. She is gravida 2, para 1, living 1. Previous normal delivery. She has a previous history of preeclampsia. She is in active phase of labor. The patient suddenly collapses in labor room. Dr. Anuradha, she is JR2, she is on call.
Kamla.
First we will see for the response. So patient is not responding. Then see for the pulse. See for the carotid pulse. Don't take more than 10 seconds to feel for the pulse. Simultaneously check for the breathing. So patient is not breathing, no pulse. We will start with the chest compression. Dr. Swati, start the compression. So we will starting the chest compression. The compression should be at the higher level than the usual CPR, and force of compression should be more than the adult CPR. Sister, called anesthetist, keep defibrillator ready. So minimize interruption in between compressions. The depth of compression should be at least 5 cm. There should be 100 compressions in a minute. Give time for chest recoil after each compression. Then after 30 compression, we will give 2 breaths.
So for breathing, we are using bag and mask ventilation. Mask should be of the appropriate size. For holding the mask, we are using the technique of forming the shapes. That first is the C shape and second is E shape. So for C shape, we are keeping both the thumbs at the nasal end of the mask and the 2 index fingers at the base of the mask. And for forming E shape, we are keeping both the middle fingers at the chin, both the little fingers at the angle of the mandible and the ring finger in between these 2 fingers. So this is a technique used to hold the mask.
So we will give 2 breaths. While giving breaths, avoid excessive hyperventilation, and we have to consider early intubation in the pregnant patient. While intubating the patient, use the smaller size of endotracheal tube and use smaller size of laryngoscope for intubating the patient. Simultaneously, we will attach the ECG lead. Sister, please attach ECG leads. So ECG leads has been attached. We will see for the rhythm in the monitor. So this monitor is showing the oscilloscope. So this rhythm, this oscilloscope is a straight line. So this is the oscilloscope. Or if the monitor is showing the normal rhythm, then these 2 are the non-shockable rhythm, and in this patient we will not give shock to this patient. But we have kept the defibrillator ready before starting the CPR. So we will continue with the compression in this patient. Sister, please start IV fluids. So we will start with IV fluids. We will give drugs. So epinephrine should be given. The dose of epinephrine is 1 milligram. It should be given every 3 to 5 minutes.
1 milligram epinephrine given.
So after epinephrine, we have to give 20 ml bolus of normal saline.
20 ml bolus of IV NS given.
Then after giving this drug, we have to elevate the hand for 10 to 20 seconds after the drug delivery. And very important is we have to keep the IV line above the level of diaphragm. So IV line should be above the level of diaphragm. Simultaneously, we are giving the manual uterine displacement. So we will displace the uterus to left side to relieve the compression on the inferior vena cava. So if you are standing on this side of patient, you will just pull the uterus, or if you are standing on left side of patient, you have to just push the uterus to right side. Are over. So after 3 minutes, we will keep everything ready for the perimortem caesarean section. It should be done within 5 minutes of starting CPR. So sister, please give the tray for emergency caesarean section. Call pediatrician. So this is a tray for emergency caesarean section. It contains the scalpel number 10 plate. Then there is a retractor. Then these are the sterile gauze. Then there is a ring forceps, artery forceps, and 2 cord clamps.
Perimortem cesarean section is done to relieve the aortocaval compression. It is for the maternal side to increase the cardiac output. We do the minimal cleaning.
So 4 minutes are over. So Dr. Amruta, she is obstetrician. She will start with the perimortem cesarean section.
At the 4th minute, we start cleaning with the minimal betadine. Once cleaning is done, use this scalpel. We give the vertical skin incision. We give the vertical skin incision over the uterus also. And the baby is taken out and handed over to the sister. The placenta is kept in situ. It is packed with gauze and the packs. And the uterus is closed once the mother becomes hemodynamically stable in the OT or wherever it is.
So perimortem cesarean section, it should be done within 5 minutes of starting CPR. So after 4 minutes, we will be ready to do the perimortem cesarean section. Indication for perimortem cesarean section, the gestational age more than 20 weeks, or roughly if the uterus is above the level of umbilicus, we will do the perimortem cesarean section, and this is for the maternal indication. So we have seen the basic step in the maternal resuscitation. The difference between maternal resuscitation and the adult CPR. The first thing is we have to give chest compression at the higher level than the adult CPR as the diaphragm is elevated in pregnancy. Then second is force of compression should be more than the adult CPR. Third is we have to consider the early intubation in the maternal resuscitation, and the size of endotracheal tube should be less than that used for the adult CPR. Then the IV line should be above the level of diaphragm. Left uterine displacement, manual uterine displacement is very important in maternal resuscitation. And fifth important point is perimortem cesarean section that should be done within 5 minutes of starting the CPR. So these are the differences. So thank you.